Ah, Trace, you know how to put it, man. You know how to talk about my losses in a way that gets me excited. Mousesports taking on EG, and you wouldn't want to be anywhere else but right here, watching this stream with me and Hugo.
Isn't that fortunate, Harry? Because that's exactly where we are. We're not waiting around either. We're getting right into the action. Mousesports T-side start, and they're going fast. Out the ramp room into Mihu, and he's going to duck down below. Cirque from Hell can't really put a stop to them. And Mihu's going to have to fight for his life. It won't last long. 5-on-4, Mouse in the B-bomb site. Rob's still lurking top to cut off rotates, and this is going to be a lovely round for Mousesports, surely.
Yeah, it's looking like it, right? It is this late lurk of Rops that really could just drive the knife in the back of EG. That bomb now goes down, Mousesports 5-on-3, and you can feel this one slipping away from EG as each kill comes in. No resistance yet from the EG squad, and they're kind of left in a bit of a dead situation here. Not really much more should look to happen on the back of this kind of position.
Yeah, clean and easy for Mouse. Obo probably going to try and get away with some armor here, take what he can. But by and large, it's Mousesports round, and they won't even be hunting him either. So Smoke and a bit of Kevlar saved, but really Mousesports are going to be the ones laughing all the way to the bank. We're loving the land shots, we're loving the cameras. Coach hyping in the background. Man, it's the esports stream back again right in front of us. And EG probably going to force here, right? Expecting to see Deagle armor and utility where they can. Mihu, for me, Harry, he's been the star of this team, right? As of late, at least. In the recent performances we've seen in that opening BO1 that sadly EG did lose. Mihu, man, he felt like a one-man army on Mirage against FaZe.
Yeah, do you know, I have a lot of questions like regarding EG and where they're at, right? Like we take a look at this squad and we've kind of seen like a lot of different faces of EG. You know, we've seen them finish dead last in 3 events recently. That would be CS Summit, FunSpark Ulti, and Blast Premier Spring Final, right? But then at IEM Summer, they actually did quite well there. They came in and they kind of surprised us. That was on the back of 2 dead last place finishes out in NA. So, you know, like it was a bit weird in terms of like trying to gauge where this team's at. It does kind of feel a little bit hit and miss right now, right? I think that's because you do have a tendency to lean on players like me, who is like one of the obvious guys to look at. Obo as well, I think, is someone else who's had his fair share of getting leaned on in these games. So, yeah, man, it's just going to come down, I think, to kind of, you know, what are the individuals bringing to the table today? Because I've seen 2 different EG squads in 3 different events gone by.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like this is something we were talking about recently in that RMR event, but when we saw, you know, Ethan leave, it felt like Breezy took that to heart as
like
well,
just dropped off, man. Like it was immediate.
Yeah, you know, we talk about that rifling duo, the power duo of this team that got them, you know, some of the notability. And it felt like, you know, without Ethan, Breezy was a bit of a shell of his former self, hoping he can get back there. It was only a couple of events, right? You said, you know, some warm-up time needed perhaps to get Mihu acclimatized inside of this roster. And now that they're here, with everything to play for, with Cologne main event on the line, it's better now than ever to show what you've got.
Yeah, you know, the bright spark there is that, like, out of all the events you placed well, the only event you placed kind of all right in compared to your last place finishes was another IEM. So you're hoping that, you know, the IEM blessing is in. Obo trapped at the CT vent. They are making him feel very claustrophobic and now very hot as well as the molly burns him out from behind CT. BMAS going to follow up with a double entry, and Acor nails Mihu up in heaven. Stanislaw's just the last man left alive, trying to hold on to his armor in 5-7. I don't even know if they're going to let him get away with that. Mousesports, they get the conversion. BMAS with the entries. Love that. This guy has given us some incredible spray transfers on this map. Like, that A-bomb site, BMAS can turn into a shooting gallery. So keep an eye on him as this continues.
Definitely had his fair share of clips on A-site Nuke. That is certain. And
they're all just gnarly as well. Like, it's not like, you know, he's not like CT vent and he'll spray 3 dudes running through door. Like, no, like there'll be heaven rafters, hot roof site, and he'll just like 360 Beyblade. absolute scenes, man, out of this guy.
I mean, he's going to need to, right? Like this was mentioned on the desk as well. Moses was talking about it, like the warm-up game, right? EG have just come off the back of 2-0ing Vici dominantly, like pretty easy maps, all things considered. So, you know, they're going to be warmed up. They're going to be raring to go. It's not quite the, you know, exhaustion factor yet of, oh no, we've just played like a 30 rounders and a bunch of OTs. No, you've almost had like a death match to get here. And so
every time an Asian team loses, Blair's hair grows an extra inch. That's what I reckon's going on there. I know he's actually been pulling his hair out over Vici's performance.
So
yeah,
honestly,
right.
Then?
So let's take a little look, right? It's just an anti-eco. We're expecting this to be nice and clean. You've got a ramp stack going on, right? EG just kind of hedging their bets, and they're saying, look, if they come ramp, maybe we get a couple with these pistols, and we can take that, see what we can do with it. If they don't go ramp, you're not winning the round, but you were never really destined to win this one anyway.
Yeah, Mouse have so much control. They've crossed behind the smokes down to B. A couple of players in the lobby back in the door. And you could come up the vent, right? Like they look interested in the A site after all. Either it's dropping back down to join with their team or faking it out into the top site. We'll see what Mouse decide to do. They're deciding to get the info first, and Rops with the Mac-10 has done exactly that. The bomb should be able to make its path up the ladder. And with that, the round should be Mouse's. As you said, never really destined to be an EG pickup. They go for the gamble stack, it gets avoided, and it should be a third.
Yeah, I mean, you know, even looking at guys like Dexter, he's coming on into this game on like a bit of a high, right? Like he's been celebrating some Greyhound victories and whatnot today, so he's feeling good. Also, we saw that Renegades win earlier on versus OG. So lots to be happy about if you're Dexter. And you're hoping that like the cherry on top of a day in which you're already having a good time for Aussie Counter-Strike, you're hoping that you could lock in an appearance at the main event of IEM Cologne.
Well, it would mean a lot for Dexter as well. Chad just tweeted this, but you know, if mousesports win this match and go through to the next stage, that means every Oceanic player, every Aussie, every New Zealander is straight into the main event, right? That's being JKS from Cole, who just took down LDLC, as well as Renegades, obviously, that you're talking about. So, yeah, Dexter's the one guy who's not got there yet, but this is their chance. 3-0 on Mouse into a gun round, and we've got a fast vent dive from Rops on the Mac. No knowledge for EG. They can guess, they can't be confirmed. Smokes outside have a bit of a gap, and Zerg, he's picked a player on the cross. Bomb does get retrieved, and Zerg, fully blinded, finds two.
Yeah, no idea how, man. That's the Cirque effect, right? This is the kind of stuff he's good at. Making multi-kills come out of nigh on impossible scenarios. There he is doubling up. And mousesports are now fully dedicated with everyone into this B bomb site. EG have already got players here. Me, who's watching on from ramp. And so he'll be that early warning system for the B play.
Yeah, Mouse are just hoping that the site is clear, right? That's the risk you're taking. You can't clear everything until you commit. It's that top rafter, that Xantara's position that can be so scary. Me, who's playing for contact, he's going to drop a smoke. Door gets open, they go through it, and Me, who hits the shot. Now it's all under control, 5-on-2. Seemingly nothing can go wrong in this round for EG, and they're not rushing the rotates either. Rops is holding for it. He's hoping he gets fed. And EG are not making that mistake. Really good patience in this round. You can see how scared BMAS is of these rafters, as we were talking about. He's just trying to get out. There's no one even here. He could plant for all he knows. But why and how could he know that?
Yeah, right. That's one of the horrible things here. Like, you're happy with how much room you're getting, but you don't know when that room stops, right? Finally cleared enough of the site to feel comfortable getting this bomb down, and they do still have a chance in the 2-on-5. Now, it's not a big chance, but they've got this bomb to play around, and with Rops and BMAS being the two left up, I don't know, things could still get tricky here. BMAS fights at ramp, dives to Cirque, and Obo's gonna mop up Rops, so it's all regained control for EG. 5 alive, flawless round, money made. And Cirque laughing all the way to the bank with his big green gun.
Absolutely. And yeah, great call from Stan to just concede that, right? Like they were absolutely fine with giving the bomb plant away to mousesports. They knew they had the money. It wouldn't have made a difference here in this one. But, you know, not taking any losses, minimizing damage there, REG, by, you know, peeling out of the bomb site and playing extremely passive. It's like it just forces the bomb plant. And mousesports, they get collapsed upon. 5 alive, 1 on the board. Good start for EG. Can they keep it going, though? As said, Mouse can reinvest with no problem.
They're back in with guns, and this time showing more presence towards outside early on. BMAS waiting with a smoke to complement this outside play that we're getting from Frozen, but it looks like he's being trusted to this side of the map alone. So trying to sell the outside fake with the smoke wall in and Frozen making noise behind it, you're hoping you can shuffle around this CT setup to your advantage. Frozen, just a bit of a waiting game for him outside. It looks like he's planning to wrap in late through main to help out with an A push.
Ooh, nice holds. Easy stuff. Headshots from Stan doubled up, and it's going to be Robs and Frozen just trying to save the day. Robs giving it a go, though, and he may make this happen after all. mousesports in a 2-on-2 out of nowhere. Frozen's coming in on the big wrap. He's going heaven. Ehu's considering it, but he doesn't know the timing. And that bomb is still down.
Yeah, man, look at how paranoid Mihu is, and with good reason. You know, you saw these outside smokes earlier. Either it was a complete fake, or there is someone sneaking up on you. And of course, we know that Frozen is down here in hell, but they're just missing one another. Oh,
Nope.
Oh, he's suspecting.
I mean,
They don't know.
But...
And if they try to take this bomb up, they're not going to like what they find. Oh, the timing!
No.
Rops has got it, and he's on for the ace now. Just Stanislaw left. Rops, come on, get all 5, and there it is, the ace for Rops. Back on land and a smile on his face. He puts up all 5 to find mousesports that round there.
Oh my goodness, this guy's a beast.
Also,
Harry.
that was a 2v5 with the ace from Rops.
Yeah.
Like, what?
That felt like a cleanup. That felt like a done deal. Oh my goodness, the precision. Mihu as well, right? He's getting baited. I think Frozen was spamming or you know, trying to draw distraction outside. Mihu was completely looking at the wall there. Didn't know whether to play for the railing, play for the ladder. Just getting pulled either which way. And that is a heartbreaker of a round to lose. EG with an instant tactical timeout. Figure that one out, boys. Don't want to let that happen again.
No, and that's not the kind of round that you're happy about slipping away from you, right? It's not like there was like, you know, you had this sick flank from Frozen that like comes in, deals a load of damage. Oh, we've been blind. You know, Rops just wrecked absolutely everyone. He was 1v3 in that A-bomb site alone, and he got every single kill. There's something about these 1080p players, man. They look so smooth when they're aiming. Rops is a delight to watch in those situations.
Yeah, it is so fortunate, however, that EG kept 5 alive in that one round they won on the B-bomb site. Because now look at this, right? Typically, you would be, you know, full forcing with 14 to 1700 in this position if their gun round did get costly. But they have so much money, at least for this buy. But that can all come to a very quick and bitter end, as we know. 4-1. mousesports walking outside in the late round. Rops keeping up the pressure in lobby. And he's really already made a statement about this lobby lurk position. EG are going to be frightened of it all half long.
Yeah, plus, you know, like mousesports had that whole fake planned in that round there, and they never even ended up having to really use it, right? As far as EG are concerned, there might not have ever even been a player outside. They don't really know. So they're not aware of what was going on in that round. So they don't have that ability to like recognize it and respond next time it happens. You do have a lot of players crossed into Secret, and one of them is this AWP on A-Core. I'm really curious to see how he does in the head-to-head between him and Serg. So let's keep an eye on that. Right now, Frozen might have opened up, but the trades are found by Breezy. Rops, again, has decided that enough is enough, and this A-bomb site belongs to him and the mousesports crew.
Yeah, they lined up. Frozen just killed Dexter as well, but he did get the trade, so it works out. Mouse favored with a plant as well. Stan's going to have to do something miraculous. Serg is mollied out of heaven with the AWP and is probably already thinking about saving Stan. Molly down at the feet of A-Core. He's going to swing late. He will die in it, but waiting for the trade, and Rops will provide. It's a 2-on-1, and Serg is saving. Nothing left to do in this position. And wow, we're getting some big rounds out of mousesports, right? The lower take back up into A. Seemed like EG knew what was going on, right? They had the secret info, they had the smoke down. They hear Mouse drop off of main with that flashbang, but some excellent entries again from Frozen and Rops. And mousesports are on the board.
Yeah, I saw Carrigan. You know, he just came out and he said, when Rops is smiling like this, it means you're in for a bad time, right? And it's like, yeah, you know, I think if anyone knows that, it is going to be, you know, former IGL and colleague of the guy in Carrigan. Rops is just a delight, and I tell you, he is looking more and more confident. Like with that ace round going by, that round there, he just sprints out into A and gets away with nigh on an identical multi-kill. It's like, all right, bud. All right. So you're already feeling like no one can stop you. Well, that's scary, right? If you're EG, you need to humble Rops a little bit. You need to get him under control, and that's easier said than done.
Another pause, I presume, tactical here for EG, right? Already game plan not working wonders for them. Down 5-1 on the CT side.
It must feel horrible because it's like, you know, they're going into each round with a game plan, with ideas, and then it feels like, you know, like one player on the opposing team can just uproot any ideas you've had, any game plan that might have been on the cards, just getting swept aside by Rops and co.
Yeah, here's the eco, though. We have that saved orb, so Cirque got to stay mobile in this round. He's up on the A site, and I can't blame him with how many top hits we've seen from mousesports. Never telegraphed though, right? Always late A takes, never rushing out of hut on spawn, just taking secret, taking garage. Dex is doing it once again. No one's going to spot him here. He gets all the way across. Player behind blue to worry about, but Stan is not considering it. Easy peasy. And with that, now EG know their backline is open. They know the heaven wrap, the ramp flank. These are all options for mousesports. And so they're trying to get aggressive and find kills elsewhere. Well, they've got Acore trapped. They've done some damage. He's down to 10. Obo with a kill, but he surely can't escape. Robs makes so.
Every time! You're peeking from two different angles, 900 meters apart, and he's like, nah, I'm already rotating like a lighthouse, mate. I always come back round. Look at this, Mihu alone pushing into the lobby, armed with nothing more than this Deeg, and in a 1v4, either Mihu is about to give us one hell of a round as he catches the bomb crossing, or he's going to die without getting anything done, and sadly, it's the latter. mousesports up onto 6, and that little partial around the AWP not really accomplishing much for EG. I will say, right, like confidence, it's a hard thing to quantify. It really, really is. But you know, we've all been in the flow state, as it's known, right? We've all been in that moment of flow. And I think when you get back to LAN, when you remove the distractions that like a home environment brings, guys like Rops, when he enters that state of flow, when he is just feeling the game, and it's almost like an innate reaction, it is so damn hard to take him out of that moment in time, right?
Look at him, man. He's down vent. He does get dinked though, but 13-2, I don't think the health's going to hold him back. And he now controls the B bomb site. Those rotates can't come in down from the A site. Mihu with a nice shot through the smoke, but many mousesports players getting down through secret regardless. And they know a lot is cleared out by Robs' position as well. He probably won't move for most of the round just due to getting dinked. Now Mihu's already set up inside of B. This is nice. This time having some control. And with Cirque here as well to try and bait them in for Mihu, that could be even more favorable for EG. They've cleared lobby. They know Rops isn't lurking around this time. It's clear as day.
Oh, Dexter, first man in. Not afraid to throw his life down if it means that bomb gets into the site, but it has been dropped in the prying eyes of Cirque. They also don't know about Mihu. Now they do, but sadly the warning bell for that one is it tolling on the death of your guy in the site. So Rops is left up in a 1v4. He has given us an ace. He's saved so many rounds for Mouse, but this is one that feels a little too far gone, even for this guy.
Yeah, damage would have been lovely. Look, right, you'd love to take a couple more guns away and keep that economy on the back foot, but really 10 health. You know, you're not going to have an AK next round unless you save this one anyway. And considering if you look at the money, right, everyone can afford it.
He's still looking to do damage. He's walking to ramp. He is trying to maximize his damage in this round. This is the kind of guy that Rops is. He's not just about making his own bank. He's about breaking yours too. But unfortunately, Mihu on the angle, ready for exactly that, knows they want to try and keep the money restricted. And so the round's locked in for EG. They finally break this streak that mousesports were on.
Yeah, I definitely think someone's going to drop Rops, and you know, either that means they have less grenades, or they get the util and they play pistol or Galil or something like that. So yeah, you know, when your teammate's 14-3, you don't not drop them. So mousesports with a time.
I know. I can think of an old Na'Vi squad, Hugo, that might disagree with you on that philosophy.
Oh yeah.
You know, most of the time, we'll say, most of the time, you're willing to give them a gun.
Yeah, but Robs is so good with the Deagle, so just put him on and then, you know, I'll play the AK, and that balances, right, in some weird,
that's like
illogical sense. Yeah. Ah, dear. Well, mousesports with a pause, right? That round didn't exactly go to plan, but it was kind of out of their hands, right? Not only Rob's getting dinked early, but Mihu with a smoke shot through the cross outside. And so mousesports entering B, a position that EG owned. They were already so far disadvantaged. But EG weathering the storm. 2 rounds, another AWP for Cirque. Robs is playing Deagle, by the way, Harry.
There we go. That's why we said most of the time.
It's probably coming off of his own call, right? Like, don't worry, man. I'll play Deagle. I'm fine.
No, and I do legitimately think that that's where it comes from. Right? Like everyone imagine that, like, you know, in teams where this has happened before, like the IGL or whatever is just some, like, tyrant who... You might be wrecking them, but trust me, I need the gun. That's not the case, you know. I think a lot of the time it's probably just the guy having a great game goes, look, man, I'm feeling it. I'll give me a Deagle, I'll get 2. Like, I'll find a way to make it work. Rops is a very pliable guy like that.
Yeah, he's already done some damage. Mihu down to 50 on ramp. And I love how much pressure he's keeping on in the lobby again, while Mouse shamble their way down towards B. Stan playing safe, at least getting the information. He can drop the nade as well. There's the spot. Nade to follow, and out he goes to the door. Now Miles is going to try and hunt him down, chase him. He's trapped right now, and he doesn't know it. Oh dear. Can he live any longer? They line up, but the kill comes from Mihu, who rotates down with a vengeance. 3 kills. Rops is gone, but he's at least got one with him.
Of course he does, of course! Here he is, out to CT vent. Obo is very, very low as well, holding for the drop, but he does have the drop, right? Like, if Rops goes down, he's a dead man. So kind of, you know, trying to piece together what he wants to do in this moment now. See the B stream update there. Over on the B stream, we've got Spirit and Sprout. Of course, we're trying to figure out the last few teams that are going to make it to that main event of Cologne.
Yeah, it's a big day, right? 4 teams left. 2 will perish. 2 will go through. It's a scary spot to be in.
I mean, that whole matchup is, like, super interesting, right? Because, like, for me, Sprout kind of come out of left field in a sense. Like, they've looked really, really impressive. Me and you had a little chat about that before we headed into this. On top of that as well, you factor in that, like, there was a point in time where it was looking like Spirit and Gambit were going to rise to be these top CIS teams together. Well, it feels like Gambit have started to very much eclipse Spirit, who have had a bit of a rough time as of late. Yeah. So, you know, that's like a case where you almost have Spirit maybe underperforming based on where we had them weighted earlier on. And Sprout coming in with this this great performance, battling for Cologne.
Well, the one rifle's got to do it all, but if there was any man for the job, it would be Rops. Oh, dropping off, and Rops has got the shot to Mihu. Now another weapon given over to mousesports. Options are available. Cirque going to hold for the push, and Rops, how does he get a second? There were 2 CTs there. Stan does respond, swapping gun game right now, left and right. Back to the M4, they jump and bait, and BMAS hits the shot. Lovely movement for Acor, hitting his head on the ceiling.
I love it when players do that, man, where you use a Glock player as like a walking decoy. Breezy, dead in the A site, and now Control given over to mousesports. We're looking at Obo, 3 letters in his name. He needs 3 in the game. Can he do it? Over here in main, looking to be a nuisance, looking to be a pain. He snuck on in. CT vent player dead to Obo. Bomb is planted for heaven, so it's all designed that Acor can win this round, even if the guys in the site die. Oh, whoa, no! Acor, the gravity of the situation, it's just too much. Obo's got them all, and the defuse is in for EG.
Oh,
that is, to quote Henry Greer, one hell of a blunder.
Oh, no. I think the call was swing. Both players try to peek. They heard him throwing nades. The call comes up.
Obo wasn't even fine. Obo's like, wait, it's 1v1?
They both go wide. Acor, he goes a little bit too wide, however. That round started so well for Miles. Remember, it was Rops getting the openers, frozen with a lurk kill, and Acor and BMAS doing the damage in hell. It felt like that was a lock-in. You just said it, Harry. It was planted for Acor. And he just falls into the site.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, Stan can talk smack. He can talk smack, all right. So don't want to mold after that one if you're Mouse. You don't want to let that get in your head, because it could have been a freebie, and it could have been EG's money broken yet again.
Oh yeah, man, that would have been like a turning point in the game. That would have been the moment where you look at it and you go, yeah, of course mousesports won Nuke. Don't you remember that you know, partial investment where they somehow get it over the line? But instead it ends up being an embarrassing moment for Mouse and a great clutch out of Obo. Still, you're asking a lot of Obo to have won even the 1v2 there. Outside creep again. mousesports getting over an Acor. All right, Mihu. Absolutely obliterated back in CT. And Frozen's just gone and taken an arm and a leg by removing Stan over in Hell. That's opened up a path to wrap this A bomb site now for Mouse.
Yeah, they're so cognizant of what's going on. Robson, he's been playing door so many rounds. This time he's all the way at the back of the lobby, and Obo walks back, turned into him. Rob's caught, finally trying to move out of position, but still the A site is mousesports' choice. Acor cutting off Breezy outdoor. They also have lower, by the way, just in case things go wrong. Dexter's cleared that out, and the bomb will actually be joining him as well. They don't know where Cirque is. He hasn't fired this round. They have no clue the AWP's in play either, especially after killing Mihu outside. So bomb plant will come in, Cirque will save once again, and a nice little round from mousesports.
That's something nice though, right? Like the ability to just immediately refocus. You say, look, right, like, yeah, we probably should have won that 3v1. You know, it kind of got away from us. But they don't let that detract from their next rifle round, which was, you know, the thing you were gearing up towards anyway. They emerged victorious. You know, really, from the get-go, they got those 2 kills outside, and already you were looking at that 3-on-5 going, yeah, there isn't really a way EG can get back into this one. And that is one of the notable things, I think. All these mousesports rounds that have gone their way, outside of that, like, you know, Rop's ace and, you know, like his other, I think it was like a 3K up on the A-bomb. So outside of those rounds, a lot of these Mouse rounds have felt convincing, right? Yeah. There hasn't really been much of a chance for EG to play back into it. And so the fact that after having a round fall away from you in a 3-on-1, you just go right back, you know, get on the horse, as it were. Good sign of resilience out of mousesports.
Yeah, EG experiencing the full brunt of that CT economy right now. Just so many, saved AWPs, but Acor's going to get rid of it early. They want to cross and grab it. Stan's done so in main. But Acor's still holding for more repeats, and he might get them as well. How patient can you really be with a deagle in your hand? You just want to fight, man. You just want to take a peek. So Acor's waiting for that impatience. Mihu with a nice shot of his own and gets dinked, but still has a smoke to stall them out. He needs to go out now because he gets caught with it in hand instead. So now, ramp controlled by Mouse. However, stands here again with the AWP. Back to a 3-on-3. The bomb's not currently on the backs of Mouse, so they've got to double back to lobby if they want to drop lower. That's going to waste some time here, and they don't even have lobby. They're very scared that CTs are pushed up in, and they're not far from the truth.
Yeah, ironically, it's all gone a little bit Anakin Skywalker, and it's the fear of losing lobby that's actually lost them lobby, right? If they'd gone back immediately, everything would have been all cushy, would have been all good. Now, Obo has wormed his way in to the squeaky door, playing this close angle. With how suspicious Mouse are, I can't imagine he goes unchecked. Right, you haven't been this careful, and then, yeah, right, they just completely leave him up and out of there, away from this lobby area. Now, Obo does hear the footsteps, and there's an AK retrievable. He's here very, very quickly. Stan has nailed Frozen on his rotate through secret. Suddenly, this round is left hanging in the balance again. It's not looking so easy for Mouse. It's feeling claustrophobic at this point in time.
Yeah, boxed in. Acorn needs to hit one of these shots, and they're so close, but so far, finally finds one, but traded immediately. Stands on for the round, and he can't find it. BMAS saving mousesports with one so important kill. And that was a really nice try for Stan. Remember, he picked up that AWP from Cirque's body in main. That was a, USPs and deagles at the end of the day for EG, and Stan finds 3 kills with the AWP. Not enough, however. And really, even though damage is nice, at this point in the game, at this scoreline on the CT side, you're not thinking about damage. You just need the rounds.
Lovely seeing BMAS in a LAN environment.
Yeah.
And another vent drop for Rops, once again doing it quiet, so they don't know about this. Cirque is still going to check it, but yeah, man. That's flow state Rops for you. Just absolute reckoning on the B bomb site. Stan misses from Stan. And the bomb has crossed down into the double doors. Now Mihu is a little wider than maybe you're ready for. Oh, that's a brutal flash. Frozen wipes the slate clean over towards B. And the round is looking good for Mouse now.
Yeah, Mihu was so convinced they were going to peek with the flashing window, but that's the aim of the game, right? For Mouse, just completely faking him out. Rops has Stan trapped low HP, but he can't hit the kill. Stan doing his damnedest to get out alive. Stan individually has had a rough few months, certainly worth noting in the online era, but man, he's looking good right now. He's hit some key shots. The call's been like good on retakes, right? When EG are in positions to play for rounds, like the calls are fine, but a lot of this isn't coming down to them. And mousesports 9-round half already at a bare minimum. Stan dies to the bomb. He was very low. That's a real shame.
I mean, I just think as well, right? Like when you think about how CS has been, what with it being online so much, you know, like whenever we used to have LAN events, you know, you'd be able to clearly identify which teams were better in the high pressure moments, right? But it's like now, even for the seasoned guys, even for your Stanislaus who have been around the block, like this LAN is a bloody big deal. Yeah. And I bet the nerves are there because, you know, a year and a bit break, like, mate, that's probably the longest time you ever haven't been to a LAN event in years. Yeah. So it is it's one of these things where, you know, even the most tried and tested I think are still gonna have some form of LAN nerves on the day. Here's a lobby push from Mihu, and the time of this is brilliant. No one's ready for it. Oh, they're all crunching in. It's a lobby crunch, one of my favorite rounds, and Rops has absolutely ruined it. It was meant to be a slaughter, and I guess it was, just the other way. Just Cirque remaining. And they're so suspicious about an extra man coming from ramp. Look at them. They're waiting. It's a standoff.
Oh, the jump across, man. They're playing with their food right now. That little AWP barrel show, trying to force a fight. You know, it's little tricks like this, as well as we saw it earlier from Acor running towards hell with BMAS, right? Just, you know, sending a player in early. There was a really nice round when S-Tag was on Astralis that he did back in Pro League.
Yeah, I know the exact round.
Yeah, Glock player. He was bunny hopping out ramp, hitting some really nice hops, and just causing so much
I think it was then Dupree with him, just leaps out, and while they're so focused on dealing with little bunny rabbit S-Tag, he gets ruined, doesn't he?
No, I love it when players do that. And Mal's you know, a great example, great group of chaps. They look like they're having a lot of fun right now. I can barely blame them. 10-4, double digits, and maybe some more.
Oh, it's a little awkward outside. That flash thrown by Breezy, blindsided Frozen, and just gave Stanislaw a free kill. That's a really nice way to have secured this opener, and for it to be untradeable makes matters a little bit worrisome for Mouse now as they attempt to look for solutions over here at ramp. The smoke's gone in, and so that's deterred them from this push. Right now, they're just holding lobby, hoping that EG make an error.
Yeah, not much is going to get given over, right? When I said it earlier, when we see EG in these positions, they seem to make the perfect call, right? In the advantages, when mousesports are the ones forced to do something now, EG are not going to give you those kills back in. Much like that 5-on-2 in the B-bomb site where they forced the plant. This is very safe for EG. Stan trying to get info outside, but the orb's coming his way. And it's a very safe angle for Stan as well. He's letting them down secret. That's fine. They can play retake with the advantage, but main is cut off. Running towards secret, mousesports. Dexter's killed one, pushing towards the lobby, and this is how it can all come tumbling down very quickly.
Right, you kind of tried to play the long game almost, play out the 5-on-4. Well, now you've actually succeeded, dropping the bomb down at B, and a bit of a sigh of relief out of EG as it falls onto these two remaining players who die in tandem. So there it is. EG managed another right at the end of that first half of play. This series has already got me excited. You don't get Rops in this kind of form every damn day, so you do not want to miss the second half of play in just a moment. Oh, and if CS is the religion, then that cathedral is the cathedral of Counter-Strike, isn't it? Man, like, who would have known? Let's see. mousesports right now are trying to get to the main event of IEM Cologne. EG have much the same plan, but thus far it's been them a little more disrupted in this map. mousesports up in the lead, and EG are the ones having to claw their way back into it over on the T side.
Yeah, and Rops at the forefront of all of this, looking absolutely ludicrous right now. 24-8. There may be some ludicrous displays this evening coming up, but most of them on this stream. 10-5, and here we go. EG with the nades, buying up on Mihu. Elsewhere, it's Armor. So not a lot of options here. Looking for something fast, and nades towards the door, but his team are heading ramp bound. Rops is going to meet them there. Uh-oh. Oh, dinked immediately. That's a good cleanup. 2 more CTs to worry about, but it's no hassle for EG to make it quick and clean and everything in between. Every kill coming in for the NA side, and suddenly it's all on Acor.
Yeah, I bet this isn't how he envisioned having to play this pistol round. And at least he might not have to play it much longer. They know where he is now. They've seen him drop the vents. The bomb's going down up in this A site, and Acor, some fancy moves would have been needed. Unfortunately, just too many players, too little time, and a pistol round secured for EG. Suddenly, this map of Nuke gets interesting again.
Yeah, it does feel like Acor is definitely one of the best KZ, movement players we have in Counter-Strike at this level, right? Like, when we see him on these, surf maps and KZ maps and stuff, he does look pretty smooth, man. He does look pretty smooth. So, no ladder stall today, but there was an attempt nonetheless. EG up to 6 now. They've, built the path for a recovery. Can they walk that route? mousesports' Deegs certainly don't want them to. Acor looking above Silo. Hard shot to hit right now. And these CTs look pretty convinced right now. Everyone trying to fight into the yard. Dexter in main. Acor with a shot, not connecting, but Frozen's ahead will get knocked off by Mihu, and these Galils roaring to life outside have given EG all the room they need.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad for Acor there, right? He kept peeking outside, he kept seeing nothing and just missing the timings, and then he dies to the guys he's missed because they're already up in garage. So, yeah, it's a bit of a rough one. It's really freed up after they get that kill on Frozen, and suddenly you're not getting double-faced outdoors. And now it really is looking just like the cleanup for EG in this round. So the conversion, feeling as good as done, we'll see them get up onto 7 with a flawless round to boot.
Okay, all right. We're early days. I don't want to get ahead of myself. Yet to see mousesports with guns on this second half, but building blocks are there. Nice to see Daps behind EG as well. Always cool. Daps and Stan reunited. And it feels so good. 7-10. And a Zeus on Frozen is all there is to marvel this round. Where's Richard Lewis and his impeccable Zeus sound effect when you need it?
He does have that nailed down, doesn't he? But we don't have it, Hugo. We'll have to take yours instead. It's a close second.
Bit of a squealer.
Will we will we even get the Zeus though, right?
This is the best position for it. I love the spot. Yeah, tucked up in the hut. Very nice. But, the question is, do EG come here on an anti-eco? Unlikely. They are very much in the lobby, though. Mihu going back up on the roof signals an A play right now. So utility coming out, angles being cleared, and you'll notice the mousesports are all here. Now, I'm not getting worried yet, I say with bated breath, but they have read into this play, and it could all start with a bit of a scream.
Here it is, Frozen in time as he waits in the hut. The Zeus. Ooh, never needed. Rops has taken the first guy out. Frozen's now like, fine, I'll just go take the gun. I'll just go take the Galil. And now he's crept through the lobby, and they've got no idea. They have got no idea. Frozen, he could tear the round away, but instead it's just one. Traded after that. Are they going to follow through with the A play? There are so many players here for Mouse. It could still get out of hand. Thankfully, everyone that's still alive pulls their weight, gets a kill, and they've dodged the danger that this round represents. And as I say that,
they didn't realize where he was shooting from, man. He was silenced. Stan's looking at main for crying out loud. That got terrifying, Harry.
Yeah, that should have just been like a fine, like good, yeah, get bombed down, 3 players still alive. It gets a little worrying, but they do still get the round, and that's what matters at the end of the day. It's not like Mouse, where they kind of fumbled and fluffed that 3v1.
Yeah.
Like you at least get it over the line, and you dodge that idea of just sitting there with your head in your hands going, how on earth did we let that happen?
Yeah, and that round really does hold weight the closer this game gets, right? You know, Mal's going to be thinking about it more and more. Damn, what if we closed it? How dominant could this be? Well, time to get that out of your brain. Because EG are coming back in with rounds, 3 of which on this T side, but this is going to be the hardest so far. Everything in the wheelhouse for mousesports. Robs is coming up from Secret, so he's going to have full outside control. We've seen late smokes be attempted by EG in some of these rounds. They're going to go back for the exact same again. So Rob's really going to be the man to look out for and putting a stop to this, or at least confirming if it's a fake, right? If you're throwing these smokes and not committing like EG are doing, Robs can tell his team that, and they don't need to rotate. They don't need to drop ramp. There's no one down the vent. It looks like that A attack again for EG. And Mouse, they should know everything.
Yeah, Robs is the key to this whole round coming together for mousesports. If he gets the info that outside is clear, if he takes a peek and he's able to calm that across, then Frozen's freed up to go and help out at this A-bomb site or towards ramp. And I'm sure both areas could deal with some kind of assistance here. A-Core likely going to be calling for it now as they spill out into the ramp room. This bit of control gained by EG, and the question now becomes, do they drop B, or is this a fight for hell?
Oh, there they go. Fast and furious. Robs has rotated back down, and the little gap with the Org has netted him the advantage. First blood with 20 seconds left on the clock. It's going to get redeemed. Stan finding Breezy, but it's all about, or BMAS rather, it's all about stopping this plant. Mouse don't have the option to. Dexter is getting lurked on, and he doesn't know it from Stan in the lobby. Frozen coming in through Decon, and Rob's waiting patiently to be joined. A-Core finally does catch Stan. Dexter, no need to help out. And Rob's, they're pushing him. They're getting aggressive from both sides. Window and the door. Rob's good for a second, but no more. And now EG have great control in the post part, but the bomb is not for them.
The bomb's not, yeah, it's not plotted for window or double. A-Core with 1. Oh, it's close. Obo knows he's going to deny it. They're sticking it, but there isn't a kill on Dexter, so you need the kill, and Obo's got it. The round is saved. And it's all in the hands of young Obo, rising to the occasion to put 9 on the board for EG and keep up this yet to lose a round T-side, man. You're flawless so far.
That was a scary little post plan, right? A kit would have won the round for mousesports there. Just none on the bomb side to get it done. My, oh my, what a play for Obo. Just knife out, full confidence that the stick was coming in there with the bomb not for him. And yeah, EG, they're doing it. They're making this game interesting after all. Robs has slowed down. He's had a lot of kills, but he's not been able to save Mouse on the CT side yet. Stan getting whittled.
Yeah, it's one of these things where, like, T-side, you know, having Robs felt kind of liberating. He was the guy who could create you all the space. He could create opportunities. On the CT half, it's a lot harder for him to do that reliably. EG can choose where they fight, who they fight, and what they're doing. And so Robs, so far, like, it's felt mostly avoided, right? Yeah. Like, he plays Secret in the last rifle round. Well, they just don't go outside. They take ramp, they take B. Robs never really gets a chance to play. And so this is where, you know, we need to look at some of the other mousesports faces. I really want to look at a guy like A-Core. I think having an AWP really start to come into your own, that can make all the difference. But will it? Will that happen? Only time will tell, Hugo.
Yeah, got to wait for the money at least. And Robs is on damage duty. Any kills would be nice. Oh, that's nice, all right.
I tell you, man, 1080p aimers, there's just something about them. There's something about how clean it looks. It just looks an extra degree smoother. Fortunately, that's pretty much end of the line for Ops and his Deagle. So EG have tied this game up at 10-10. Hugo, you know, coming into this second half, I can imagine that, you know, you were probably on the mousesports train, right? Like, being the logical and rather reasonable guy that you are, you probably looked at a 10-5 scoreline and you went, well, you know, Mouse have really impressed me. Rops looks like he's having a great game. EG haven't really been able to field a lot of answers to these problems yet. And now we have this scoreline arriving with a different looking EG entirely. Everything's looking very composed, very put together. There's been great, you know, mobility around the map, dodging guys like Rops as an example. Also, not running into these stacks too often, right? A lot of times, taking the time and effort to make the read and move into the actual best spot on the map.
Yeah, and I feel like when you have Stan fragging well, when he's feeling the game, like in-game leaders always say this, like if you're having a good game individually, it reflects in your calling as well. Like Stan's having a great game. On CT side, he had no fear from, you know, when these secret smokes came down, he would fast flank them, he would get flashed through. He's always been trying to make plays in this map. So yeah, when your in-game leader is feeling that way, that's definitely going to reflect in this T-side calling. And if he can keep up with the entries, hell, what's stopping them? 10-10. And another cross outside, this time smokeless. For now, Acor's down on B. And so Dexter doesn't really need to peek aggressively outside. He just needs to stop a hell wrap if EG get that much space. Frozen's also tasked with helping him out in doing so. So mousesports putting a lot of control in the outside. Gonna leave A open. A little bit weak perhaps. Stan gonna cross behind these late smokes, but he's the only one doing so. Again, EG love to pull the wool over mousesports' eyes as they group back up in the lobby with 4.
Yeah, Stan's once again lurking out. This time there's no one to get the info from those smokes. That's because Rops isn't in secret. Instead, he's at ramp. And he might actually have a chance to take some fights that carry a bit of impact here in the second half. But really the first time yet. He's given this opportunity, deals with Mihu, and lives to tell the tale. Now, back in towards this A bomb site for some of these other EG members. Start to trickle in. Breezy leading the charge. Outside, Stanislaw's been dealt with. Rops repositioning, has dropped the bomb on ramp, and it is just Cirque left alive. He might have clashed with the Titan of Rops, but now he's going to try and brave the waters of the other 4, and they just hunt him down.
That's an awkward round there for EG. That's one where everything has to go right? That A-Fake has to draw rotation, has to get a kill, and then, you know, on top of that, the ramp player can't afford to drop the bomb. Well, Robs does exactly that. Dropping the package for 15 seconds. There's no way you're getting a bomb plant back there. So no saved weapons either. mousesports finally break the streak of 5 from EG in the second half. Better late than never. But EG still, of course, have another rebuy. So
I do just need to say these words. Rops 30 kills, next nearest on his team 12. So, like, and now that he's dead, if you're EG, you're going, okay. Oh, the round is so winnable right now, guys. Like, you're wiping the sweat off your brow. Look, we've dealt with like half of the team in that 1 kill.
This actually feels like how Mihu is playing in that BO1 against FaZe, their opening game, right? Because like Mihu had like 28 kills, like, you know, 17, 18 rounds in, and his next best teammate had like not even double digits. It was actually insane. And unfortunately, it was so good for Mihu right until the very end, and then they fall, right? So is that going to be the problem that mousesports experience? The one-man army can only get you so far.
Exactly, right? That is one of the problems. Like, it feels great when you have someone putting up numbers like this. I bet for Dexter, he's having a very easy time of directing the flow as someone like Rops in this game. But there is a kind of timer on it. How long can you expect someone to keep up this kind of form? And is it going to be enough anyway to get the game over the line?
EG have been doing so much conditioning with these secret smokes with, you know, no one going behind them or just Stan. And now they've crept 4 players down behind the smokes into B. This is a really, really nice play, but they're going to run out of time or at least be cutting it pretty close. 30 seconds and 2 CTs here. mousesports have made the right call.
Yeah, they've got the reads. They're all set up for this. They know about the guy up on rafters. One of these mollies misses. 14 seconds with a smoke in decon. So you do have to go here if you're EG. This shot out of Acor and Frozen. He could have saved the day if he got that kill onto Cirque. The round was one to time. But instead, BMAS is having to try and come in big in this clutch. Down to the 1v2. And Breezy takes his head off to bail EG out. It might get close in spite of that early 5-on-4 for EG, but they still get it over the line eventually, and they tie this game up again.
Mate, Stan doesn't even know how they won that round. Look at his face. Like, I don't know how they balls that one up, boys, but we take it. Look at the crossfire. It's beautiful. Frozen has a double kill there lined up. Cirque hits an incredible shot, and Acor whiffs a sitter.
Cannot put into perspective enough. If Frozen gets the double, the round is won.
It's over,
like, they planted with half a second left on the clock. Like, if the bombs drop there, GG, mate. It's 12-10. But now, tie game, and anyone's game for that matter.
Yeah. The credit is all Cirque's. Like, he's bottom fragging, but he just won that round with that trade, right? That one kill. Because you can look at it both ways and go, oh, if only Frozen hit the shot, but he probably would have if Cirque wasn't so damn quick. 11-all. Another buy and another deagle for Robs. This time I'm really questioning it, but let's see what he can do with some close range deagle spam. Headshot, not connecting, but the spam will. And there we go. Robs! He's got 2.5. Breezy down to his last legs, and there's hope yet for Mouse.
And that's why Rops takes the deagle, I guess. Double up in ramp, and Frozen's even taking liberties outside. He's saying, look, you're so preoccupied on dealing with my in-your-face, fragging out teammate that you're forgetting to account for players in your back line. He's got a lot of ground, and there is a player on silo in Stanislaw. Stan is saying, like, guys, I've been holding that side all round. They're not outside, it's fine. That couldn't be further from the truth. Frozen hears all of this as well, and so he knows that if he's patient, kill will present itself, and there it is.
Yeah, they just run out ramp. They don't even try and trade him. If you want the round, you've got to play the objective, and that's what Acor's doing. Looking to lock down B. Another shot missed, but there shouldn't be too much worry yet for Mouse. It's a 4-on-2, and Acor follows up. No plot allowed as Mouse flood the bomb site and finally take back the lead. It's so back and forth right now. It's so unclear where this game's going, but that is the money getting bottomed out for the majority of EG.
I think it's quite important as well that, like, you know, we're starting to have the other players on Mouse find their footing a little bit more. They're still nowhere near Rops, but it's like you just wanted them to be able to hold their own at this point, right? And so at least now they're starting to come alive. They can't just lie back and let Rops carry them to a victory, and that's something they've had to learn the hard way. Look at how close this game is. Even with the numbers, we're getting out of Rops. So we've got EG on this partial, right? Well, I say partial, force buy rather. They've got two rifles in play, fully investing, everything on the line in this round. And that could prove to be the make or break for EG. If this one slips by without them accomplishing anything, they're up against 13 with an eco looming.
Yeah, Frozen's already B as well. Acor's called it across. They could be secret. Watch out. Sneaking the smokes again are EG, and they know that Mouse are here. Frozen's just using his util, buying as much time as he can. That's an awkward Molotov getting stuck in the smoke. Still got an HE grenade that will do some damage. Nothing crazy, and they've got util to block him off as well. It's going to be forced back to the B bomb site, back to Anchor instead. Luckily, Rops is still here, and you're not really thinking about going up the vent if you're EG at this point in time. You are committed to the B bomb site right now.
Oh yeah, man, you've got every intent to act upon this control. Like, you can't go anywhere else. So in we go, boys. Let's just keep it tight, keep it together, and try to trade these kills. The Flash was hoping to set them up, and set them up it has. 2 kills come in, and in the blink of an eye, Sports might be thinking about saving. That is until Dexter's bailed them out, and Acor, oh my word, in the blink of an eye, it's suddenly mousesports ready to take it. Cirque, he's right there. Cirque, oh, his teammate just shot him, but Acor gets the trade. That is a sloppy round that mousesports somehow come out on top of.
I don't know what's
happening.
What
are we watching, Hugo?
It's insane. Nice shots from Dexter. And yeah, you're right. Like, some team damage there. Alerted Cirque as to his opponent's position, but it's not enough to save that round in the clutch. And my goodness, a round out of nowhere for mousesports. Double pistol entry. Stan one-tap drops with a Tech 9, and they get a bomb plant, but it still comes crumbling down after the fact. Unbelievable.
Also, I wanted to say this. Obviously, the kill counts have changed now, but heading into that round, whole team for Mouse, excluding Rops, 42 kills. Rops was on 32. So it's like, just to give you an idea, like the level of performance he's bringing, unmatched.
And EG had to win that round, right?
Yeah,
That's
they did.
Really dug them a
That's
hole.
why those double openers, when they come in, it's like, oh, that's the genius. That's why EG forced, right? You're looking at it and you're going, man, they're going to make this work. It was risky. It was ballsy, but they actually might do it. And then that round happens, whatever it was. And mousesports not only walk away with the 13th, but most importantly, as you're saying, they've broke the money. They've set themselves up. Frozen outside is his playground. Oh, and he's been kicked out the park, mate. Breezy wants the swings. He's getting on them. Rops is trying to plug this hole, but they're already down secret, now challenging Acor.
Oh, they beat the molly. They go right through the deagle spam for Acor, and it's a barbecue in B. He gets 2 out of 4, and even more damage done to Obo and Stan. It should be surefire mousesports round. Obo, though, see some legs in the vent. Luckily, the scope gives it away. So no kill offered up by mousesports. Instead, they wait on the big flank from Rops. Plant will be allowed, but anything past that, it's just a dream.
It's so anticlimactic, but it kind of felt like that was the way it was destined to go. What with the HPs, the lack of armor, you at least get a bomb plant there, so you're kind of laughing in terms of, you know, having the AWP in play on Cirque. But it's got to be a damn good AWP if that is what you're hoping to be the solution. Getting the bomb plant, getting the extra cash, bringing that out. You're hoping Cirque can have another one of these rounds where he creates you some space, maybe towards outside or ramp.
I also love that play for Acor. I mean, mousesports are really abusing the decal, right? Like we saw Rops do the same thing on ramp, just crouched on a close corner, spamming with it. But Acor, they drop some molly, and he knows 2 things. Either they run through it, in which case he's ready with the deagle, or they respect it, and, you know, he gets given time to back up, to post up again with the orb. I think he just realized he was getting run down, and he had to make a play quick. So yeah, nice effort there from Acor in the B-bomb site. He's had some awkward shots for the AWP.
It's one of those moments where you either die running away and potentially do nothing, or you just fight to the death and try to take him down with you, right? It's like, yeah, you might get me, but we're both going to lose in this war, mate. Like, all right, so mousesports up onto 40. It hasn't been like an incredibly crystal clear or pretty journey to get here, but we are in a point now where if mousesports win this next round and once again start to break the money of EG, they might be on to a winner here on Nuke.
Something getting lined up. Acor's boosted above the vent, and he's got a gap over the smoke, picking players in the lobby. Breezy doesn't know where he's dead from.
Breezy had no idea, and that's the scariest part. You don't know about this boost. Acor, he might have missed some sitters, but not anymore. A double to open up this round. It does allow for the vent drop, but from beyond the grave, Acor's got a hat trick, and Rops has dropped the bomb on B. 15 is starting to look inevitable for mousesports.
Oh my goodness, I love the little plays, the little tricks we're seeing from these boys. Never seen anyone boost over that vent smoke, but Acor, he's feeling it. He hunts those kills, pushes back in after 1. And this looks like Stan's journey might come to a swift end. Rops ready, and he's got the kill. Easy stuff for Rops, feeling it. And these early B drops that he's been doing round after round is something that Mihu was just never prepared for. He may have got down vents, but it was hardly, you know, friendly territory.
Yeah, mate, one of the things that's weirdest to me is that, like, I feel like Acor is maybe, you know, some people are looking at this performance and saying he has missed quite a few shots, right? Like you look at how many chances he's had versus, you know, how many he's hit. Maybe it's not looking that great, but, you know, you look at actually the impact he has been able to find with the shots that have connected. He is still coming in second on the board, and he has still saved a couple of crucial rounds in here. It might not be the kind of consistency that we want out of the guy, but if you're shooting a lot more than normal and only landing half of them. Or just give it to Rops, mate. Just give Rops the AWP. On with the double, the collateral might be how it all unravels for EG.
Although, careful, don't speak too soon. Quick trades have put EG back in pole position. Breezy's even got an AWP. Everyone is armed, everyone is dangerous, and B is being controlled yet again. Dexter and Secret could find this lurker outside, but Obo's ready for the fight, and now it favors flipped on its head to EG. both mousesports players sat back on the top site might be thinking about a save if this bomb gets planted, and it very much is. Stan plugging in the numbers on lower, or at least ready to. Waiting for more support, I guess. And yeah, I can't blame him, right? So many rounds mousesports have had the read on these lower plays. They've been in secret before EG. They wait for the double smoke. The bomb gets planted, and now Obo's just looking to catch rotations, kill saving players. It's worth looking into for mousesports for sure. If you grab this first kill with no casualty, suddenly you're inspired. But will that first kill come? Doesn't look like it.
Oh, they are still beacon out. But it is going to be the save, and it was always going to be the save. I'm just amazed that they even take the risk of peeking back in. Now it's left them open to Obo, and they might wish they never took a peek into Pandora's box, man, because once you open it, once you've seen inside, oh, it's ghastly. Evil geniuses, not only do they get the round, in spite of going 2 men down in the opening kill, they also find everyone trying to save and do a lot of damage to the money that's pretty established for mousesports. Like, that could be something that might not affect this round right now, but look into the future of this game and the future of this comeback, that could be everything.
Yeah, for sure. In the grand scheme, in the big picture, it all plays a part. Acor, however, gets torn apart by Cirque's AWP, so finally, an advantage for EG out of the gate. That's a good feeling. Suddenly you're reinvigorated with the realization that you're only 3 rounds away from overtime, man, and you're a kill ahead. This is a quick garage take. They're walking in, but there's a player to worry about at the back. Frozen is so passive. Are they really going to full clear this corner? Obo's going for it. Oh, Frozen shoots early, but he still gets the kill. 4 on 4 now. They know he's locked in position. Breezy's trying to catch ramp. Rops is running as well. Got to be careful on the wide angle. Not one that Breezy's going to be ready for, and Rops gets another. mousesports now up again, but they're losing a lot of control. Stan's even taken hell.
Yeah, Stan is like a weird part of this round. Like, he's off on his own little island and has snuck past these outside guys in towards the ramp area, clearing it out and getting the info that ramp is clear. And now he probably knows that he can't go into the B bomb site or do much with this ramp control down towards B. If no one's here, it means they're playing down in that site. Yeah. So I'm curious what his solution to this problem's going to be.
I just try and wrap Heaven, right? Get into this A split. They've got a 3-pronged attack at least, but Stan, timing is everything. He's got 20 seconds, and Frozen's still covering Mihu. He's got the tap. Molly is good, but Cirque doesn't commit with it. And out from behind the vent, Dexter closes it. Only Stan left to keep the map afloat, and right now EG look like they're drowning. 15-12, made 16, and mousesports take their map pick of this series. That's a nice little win. Rops looking incredible right now, and we've got Inferno coming up next. It's going to be EG's pick, their chance to recover. If not, it's mousesports to IEM Cologne main event. Be right back.